the Toyota Century. Just hearing that name gives off an aura of mystery, tradition, and untouchable prestige. And yet, if you live outside of Japan, chances are you've never even seen one in person. That's because the Century has always been Toyota's ultimate crown jewel. Built in limited numbers, reserved for royalty, politicians, and business tycoons. Forget Camry or Corolla. This is Toyota's Rolls-Royce, their Maybach, their ultimate statement of quiet luxury. And now, for 2026, Toyota is rewriting the rulebook. The new Century isn't just a refresh, it's a bold evolution. They're blending tradition with innovation in ways that have the entire car world talking. So let's dive in and explore exactly what makes the 2026 Century one of the most fascinating luxury cars on the horizon. The first thing that hits you is the design. The Century has never been about chasing trends or screaming for attention. Instead, it whispers sophistication. The 2026 model stays true to that philosophy, but with a modern edge. It's upright, squared off, and stately, with a massive grille that looks more like precision-cut jewelry than an ordinary car part. Slim LED headlights give it a futuristic gaze, while the chrome accents are carefully placed, elegant without being flashy. Now, here's where things get really surprising. For the first time ever, Toyota is offering a Century that carries SUV-like proportions. Yes, the Century, the car once reserved strictly for chauffeured sedans, is stepping into the luxury SUV territory. Imagine the presence of a Bentley Bentayga or Rolls-Royce Cullinan, but with that understated Japanese craftsmanship. It's taller, more versatile, and designed not just for red carpets, but also for imperfect roads and longer journeys. With all-wheel drive, adjustable suspension, and a ride height that can lift when needed, this new Century blends limousine grace with SUV confidence. Not a rock crawler, sure, but more versatile than any Century before it. And of course, we've got to talk about what powers this legend. The days of the silky V12 are gone, and even the hybrid V8 of the last generation is history. In its place, a cutting-edge hybrid powertrain, combining a refined V6 with electric motors. Together, they're expected to deliver well over 400 horsepower. But here's the thing, the Century isn't about numbers, it's about the experience. At low speeds, it glides silently on electric power, perfect for a chauffeur-driven ride through city streets. On the highway, the V6 and electric motors work together to deliver smooth, commanding acceleration. And because it's a Toyota hybrid, you know reliability and efficiency are baked in. It's power with conscience. A luxury car for a world that's more eco-conscious than ever. Step inside. And this is where Toyota reminds everyone why the Century has always been in a league of its own. The interior isn't about screaming wealth. It's about creating serenity. Buyers can choose traditional wool upholstery, a nod to Japanese cultural refinement, or buttery soft leather for a more international vibe. The rear seats are truly first class. They recline, massage, extend footrests, and even offer individual entertainment screens. There's a refrigerator for drinks, folding tables for work, and an audio system tuned to perfection. The cabin is so well insulated that the outside world practically disappears, leaving you in what feels like a private sanctuary on wheels. Technology is there, but it's deliberately subtle. Up front, there's a modern digital cockpit, but it's clean and intuitive rather than over-designed. In the back, passengers control lighting, climate, and media with sleek touch panels, or even voice commands. And yes, Toyota has doubled down on making this the quietest cabin they've ever built. Imagine gliding through traffic and hearing nothing but your favorite music, or complete silence. That's the kind of experience money really can buy. What I love about this car is how it blends the old and the new. From the outside, it carries a ceremonial, almost timeless look. But underneath, you've got state-of-the-art safety tech, driver assistance, and hybrid engineering. Toyota didn't try to turn the Century into something it's not. They simply evolved it. This is luxury redefined for 2026. Calm, confident, and responsible. Now, let's talk about the part everyone's curious about: price. The Century has always been rare, expensive, and built in limited numbers. Reports suggest the new 2026 Century could start around $170,000 and go up depending on how you personalize it. That puts it right in the same territory as Mercedes-Maybach, Bentley, or even Rolls-Royce. But the difference here is exclusivity. Anyone with a checkbook can buy a Bentley. But a Century? That's something far rarer. Almost like owning a piece of Japanese tradition. And when you stack it against its predecessors, the 2026 model is easily the boldest Century ever made. The first generation from 1967 introduced Japanese luxury to the world with a V8. The second generation added refinement and the legendary V12, famous for its silence. The third generation downsized to a hybrid V8 in 2018, balancing heritage with modern needs. But this fourth generation, it's a whole new chapter. Embracing SUV styling, hybrid technology, and a broader appeal while never losing the quiet dignity that defines the Century name. It's not just a car, it's a cultural icon. In Japan, the Century is often the ride of emperors, prime ministers, and corporate elites. The fact that Toyota is evolving it for a wider audience shows they know the luxury landscape is shifting. Buyers today want presence, versatility, and responsibility in one package. And this new Century delivers exactly that. So here's my big question. Would you pick the 2026 Toyota Century over something like a Bentley Bentayga or a Mercedes-Maybach GLS? Because honestly, Toyota has created a rival that can stand shoulder to shoulder with those giants while still offering something completely unique. For me, that's what makes the Century so exciting. It doesn't try to outshine the competition with bling or horsepower figures. Instead, it redefines what true luxury feels like: quiet, elegant, and deeply thoughtful. And in a world full of flashy, attention-seeking SUVs, that kind of understated confidence might just be the ultimate flex. I'll say this, seeing Toyota take their most sacred car and bring it into the modern era gives me chills. They're showing the world that tradition and progress don't have to clash. They can complement each other beautifully. And that's exactly what the 2026 Century represents. So, whether you're a car enthusiast, a lover of luxury, or just curious about how Toyota's best-kept secret is evolving, this is definitely a car worth watching. The 2026 Century isn't just another release, it's the rebirth of a legend.